Hello everyone. So what do we have here? We have, okay, there's Alexia leaving, 2 tractors, 2 very old ladies in need of a lot of cosmetic work, a bit of electric work, a few buttons that doesn't work well, stuck throttle plate, one that's running fine with the front loader. Got delivered last night from a friend, literally for the price of an onion. Okay, not literally, but anyway, I'm gonna get into this later. I want to see if I can start rolling and get them closer to home because it's about 5 k's away. I got them delivered by the cheapest possible way we could, and they only dropped it here, which is a little bit of a while from the road. So I'm going to take it easy, try to get them closer to home. This one I might have to tow, come back and tow, or if I can sort out the throttle plate stuck issue, I can drive it from here. Either way, there's a lot to be said and I'll get into that soon. Just got this guy started, got her started. Solenoid took a few tries to get kicking, so the starter solenoid definitely needs a little bit of work. But since the terrain is quite uneven and I don't know the tractor, I'm going to go slow, so I've got it as slow as possible. I'm going to keep the bucket low for low center of gravity, and we'll take it from there and we'll chat about it later. Not the 2 bucks, the 2 isolated bucks this side of the property. So just gonna keep an eye on them over there, make sure they stay away from the trees, the houses. So generally let them do their 2 hours or 3 hours of getting their roughage and feed outside in the veld. Yesterday I started looking around, making a list of both priorities and safety features and so on of the tractor. This old lady under the hood is actually very good. Still need to degrease properly, but Y380 engine, compression is good, runs like a dream, produces good power. So around here no issues. What I definitely need to do is service it and replace the filters, get new oil in there, and then see if the hydraulic fluid is enough. That's the stuff that kills an engine if you don't do it right. So I'm going to make sure that I've got the service done, filters done. The air filter box is a little bit worse for wear, so I'm going to see if I can get a filter or just maybe get from the scrapyard one of another tractor, just any filter box, because I need to look at replacing these hoses as well. It looks like this was fixed and repaired and cut short, so this thing is too tight here. So engine wise it's all good. I'm going to strip out all the electrics and then fit some new stuff. I've got bike LED spotlights that's been lying around forever, so I'll fit those here. Fit a bar LED at the back on the bar so that we can get light in the back for safety. The hydraulic hoses are good. These tires are turf tires, so not the safest for this place. I'll find out how much they cost. You can also see they're not in the best shape. They've taken a bit of sun. New tires here, so cosmetically there's a bit of work to be done. I already cleaned up the glass here so you can now see through it. Most of these gauges work, but they don't have needles anymore, so I'm going to find a way to fix that. Not going to need these switches for the lights and turn indicators, so I'll replace them with some of my stuff in my electronics stock. And then this needs something else, so this looks like something for the scrapyard as well. I need to go find a replacement there. You get universal seats, but what I need to do is to get the seat belt that mounts to the ROPS here, the rollover protection system, this frame. So if you roll over and you have your seat belt on, it stops you from being toasted by the tractor. But there's nothing here that's out of the ordinary that you don't see on an old machine. So I'm gonna deal with that one piece at a time until eventually we've got a nice workhorse. And then I'll do a video on that when we're finished, but that is a 50 and 40 millimeter PVC pipe chicken coop that Alexia is building there. She's about halfway. She's putting up the welded mesh and the chicken wire at the bottom. Still need to work on the rest, and then I'll cover that up close so you can see what we're doing there. It's right next to the enclosure, the pen for where we're probably going to have the does with kids. So the chickens will be moving between these two and doing parasite control and permaculturing out there, doing their 5 duties. I'm gonna have to get to town this week. I started replacing the zerks. There's one here, you can see they're full of gunk, so they haven't been injected with grease for a very long time. So I started replacing them. I looked inside, there's a lot of crap inside those links, so I'm taking off the nuts and cleaning them out. Not the nuts, the whole bolt, cleaning them out and see what their condition is. Available there. There will be one there, there will be one here, there will be one there, and then across the tractor there will be many. You'll even find them probably on, let me see, yeah, look at that, even on the steering pieces there. Down there is one. So I'm gonna have to replace all of these and get some new grease in there, or let's put it this way, get grease in there, because I'm not sure. I think it's going to be like this front loader will probably be removed and put on the other tractor, because I think mechanically the other one is way nicer. This one, is nothing wrong here that can't be fixed over time. So, but I'll get the other one working with 3-point hitch and the loader, and then work on this one to get this one to a point where it's nicely sellable or can be a side worker. But I think it would have a lot of value to someone who wants to love an old machine. If I can get this back to its nice state, I'll even put on some nice lights and stuff. So I'll go show you Alexia's project here for the new chicken coop. So this is constructed from leftovers and a little bit of extra 40mm PVC pipe, and it's anchored well. It's connected to the kidding pen here, which is going to become a kidding pen. We always let our chickens tunnel between their area and the goats, and that way we never had to dip the goats for ticks as a result. And this is, as you can see, almost completed. It's got the welded mesh closing up the top and the bottom. She's busy putting up the chicken wire, oogiestraat, on the wind side and the sunset warm side. 60, or I think it's 60 or maybe 80% shade net, and then the sheet metal roof. And this thing is really solid. There's almost no movement. We've put braces in where we don't want lateral movement due to wind all around in all the right places, and that's why it's a little bit of a mishmash. So we added the bracing exactly where we think it should be. The front one probably still needs a brace there, just to support the door swinging. And in our usual style, it's only roof screws we had, so again, too long, but it's very high up there, so it's no risk to head bumping. And it's very solid, it's very nice. Chickens will have a view